Hey, what's going on everyone? It's your boy Mr. Opulent here, and in this video, what I want to do is I want to really speak about money metrics. Now, the reason I want to speak about this is because when you are tracking, when you're running a campaign, there's loads of things that you can be looking at. And oftentimes people get confused and they look at the wrong information. Now, the real skill of being able to make money is looking at the right information and be able to make judgments on the right information. And if you can decipher like what is the good information on a tracking report and what's kind of not really the best information on the tracking report, you're going to increase your chances of being able to become successful with CPA. So right now I want to speak about the metrics that actually make you money, the actual metrics that you want to be looking out for on a day-to-day basis when you look at tracking reports, and the metrics that you want to really focus in on in order for you to be able to grow a sustainable, scalable CPA business. Now let's talk about money metrics versus business indicators. So when you look at your tracking reports, there's going to be loads of different things that you can look at. You have like different things that comes from different parameters that your tracking account has, and there's loads of data and it can be very, very overwhelming. But some of these metrics they're going to be looking at, they're not going to really be things that are going to make you money. They just tell you and they indicate to you how well something is doing, okay? But doesn't really mean that something is going to be making you money. So let me give you an example of this. So let's say, for example, let's say you own a physical store and you want to track how long someone stays in your store. So you want to track the engagement that somebody has in your store. I mean, that is all good and well, but does that really make you money? I don't really think so. It's not really a directly correlated thing that makes you money. You might have the percentage of people that inquire and show interest about a specific product. So that could be like your click-through rate, the percentage of the people that come to your store, which could be a landing page, and stay on it. That's engagement in the online world. And the percentage of people that come to your landing page or your store and show interest in your product, so then they might click to the offer or might want to see the offer. That's your click-through on the landing page. Okay, so I mean, yes, you might have a lot of people that might inquire about a product, but does that mean they're gonna necessarily gonna buy a product? I mean, it's likely, but I mean, not always, all the time, that somebody's going to be a perfect match for your product. Your product might be too highly priced, it might not convert well. I mean, there's loads of factors that are in place. And let's say, for example, the amount of people who view your sales pitch. Okay, so this could be the amount of people that actually view your offer, the amount of offer views that you have in the online world. So, I mean, these are all indicators that might show you that yes, we have a lot of viability for our business. Okay, or that it looks like it's going to be likely that we might be able to make a lot of sales for your business. But the big thing you have to keep in mind is that none of these metrics actually make you money. These are not things that you can take to the bank. These are not things that are going to allow you to see how well the business is doing. Okay, because if an investor sees that yes, you have people on average spend an hour in your store, okay, but you're not making no money, I mean, an investor isn't going to invest in you. Okay, an investor really invests in how much money you're making, how viable is the business based on how much money you're making. So the metrics they want to look at, you want to kind of look at your campaigns like an investor mentality, where you kind of see yourself as an investor, you only care about certain statistics that show you the viability of a campaign, which is like a viability of a business. Okay. Now, how every business makes money is very, very simple. You buy a product for one price and you sell a product for a higher price. That's how every offline business makes money. But what's so crazy is when people start to come online, they seem to forget this. And I don't understand why. They seem to forget that this is how every single business makes money. It doesn't matter if it's a service, that they provide a service for one price and the cost of running the service is a lesser price. I mean, yes, there's lost leaders where you might do the opposite for a period of time to be able to gain market share. But how you actually make money, right? Not talking about losing money, is if you buy a product for one price and you sell a product for a higher price. It's very, very simple. So money metrics can be very, very simply looked at like this, and we can really break it down by looking at things like this. If you look at the cost of something versus the earnings for something, that's like looking at the cost of a product and how much you're selling the product for. Okay, and I want you to keep this in your mind that you want to look at the cost of something versus the earnings for something, and this is where we make money. If we can create scenarios where how much we're earning is higher than the cost. Okay, I'm gonna say that one more time. We want to create scenarios in the CPA game and just tracking and even just affiliate marketing. It doesn't matter if you have an e-commerce store, but you want to be able to create a scenario where your earnings that you're earning for something is higher than the cost for something. And don't get confused that just because you're online that this is going to change. This works for every single business, okay? And that's how you can actually make money. So depending on the type of product that you're actually marketing, you can identify this as the following. So when you actually look at tracking reports, depending on the type of business that you have, okay, you might be able to look at different indicators. So let's say, for example, I'm gonna actually break this down with you right now. So you might be able to look at in the most simplest form how much you're paying per click, which is your cost per click, versus your earnings per click, which is how much you're earning every single time somebody clicks on the offer, okay? Or how many times somebody clicks on a banner, or how many times somebody clicks on the landing page, okay? This is like the simplest thing they can universally use for every single type of business, because you're gonna have this data if you do track. You should be able to track how much you're earning per click, and you should be able to track how much your cost per click is. And cost per click, very, very simply, and the way you work these out is how much you are spending, okay, your total cost divided by the amount of clicks that you have. And your earnings is how much you're making divided by the total number of clicks that you have. And if you're earning more per click versus your cost per click, okay, you're gonna make money. And that's very, very simple. And a business that is earning more per click than they're paying per click makes money. Okay, it's literally that simple. And don't get confused, because I know it sounds so simple. I know you might be like, logical. But if you actually look at tracking reports, a lot of people, they concentrate themselves on the landing page click-through rate. They concentrate themselves on the engagement. They concentrate on how much they're paying per click and think that, oh, there's a certain number, quote unquote, that they should be paying per click in order to be profitable. Okay, but I mean, let's say, for example, you could be paying $10 per click, but if you're earning $20 per click, would you continue running the campaign? I mean, absolutely. It doesn't mean, okay, because you haven't got cheap clicks, that the campaign is going to be a bomb. But this is what happens with a lot of newbies. And this is why this video is going to be so important to you. Because if you can just look at your tracking reports, filter out everything else, like even unselect everything else, and you just look at the cost per click that you're paying on a traffic source for a banner, for a landing page, for an offer, for a different advertisement, for a split test, whatever it is, you look at how much you're paying and how much you're earning, and you think, logically, if I earn more than what I'm paying, I can make money. Then your life becomes very, very simple when you look at your tracking reports. You don't get confused by all the shiny objects and all the kind of shiny statistics that they have. You just look at how much am I earning, how much am I paying? If I'm earning more than I'm paying, I make money. If I don't, then my focus should be how do I increase the amount that I'm earning per click? And that comes through testing, split testing, multivariate testing, all that kind of good stuff. You can also do in some businesses your cost per lead versus your earnings per lead, okay? So let's say, for example, let's say you're collecting leads, you are building an email marketing list and you're marketing to those leads. That's where you can now look at your cost per lead, how much it's costing you to acquire a lead, and how much every single lead is worth to you, okay? And it's very, very simple again. You want to look at how much you're paying, which is your cost, divided by the total amount of leads that you have in your business. Your earnings per lead is very, very simple as well. It's how much you're earning versus, so that's the total revenue, total income that you're making with your business, divided by the total number of leads that you have in your business that made you that amount of money. Okay, and if you are earning more per lead than your cost per lead, you are going to make money. It's that simple. And a lot of the times, if you're running a Facebook campaign, or if you're running a Google AdWords campaign, or whatever it is, and you're collecting leads, and you hear people, they're getting leads for $2, they're getting leads for $3, they're getting leads for $1, right, on Facebook, right? You start to think that that's a number. You start to think that, okay, if I don't have a campaign that's bringing me $2 leads or $3 leads or $4 leads, my campaign is a bomb, because there's so much noise in the marketplace that makes you believe that. Okay, I understand that. I mean, it's totally understandable, right? Because you see people have cheap leads and you think that these are profitable leads, but they could be paying $1 per lead and they could be earning 10 cents per lead. Do you think that's going to make them money? Absolutely not. I'd rather go into a business. If I saw a business that came to me and said like, yo, Mr. Opulent, I need investment, and they told me they're paying $20 per lead on Facebook, but the earnings per lead is $40 per lead, I will put money in that business all day. Okay, if I see a business that comes to me and says, hey, I'm killing it on Facebook, I'm getting leads for 50 cents. And I ask them, okay, how much are you earning from every single lead that you're generating? And they tell me, oh, I'm earning 10 cents per lead, okay? Because all these leads are from, like, they're from South Africa, right? Or they're from India, right? Or they're from Nigeria, or they're from, like, I'll be like, so you really think you're going to be able to make a business successful just because you've got quote unquote cheap leads? I mean, get out of my face, right? So you want to not be deluded, right? And think that, okay, there's a certain number per lead. You just want to look at your earnings versus your cost, okay? That's very, very simple. And you can do this if you're collecting leads and you're tracking your data through a tracker that allows you to do this. And I'm going to explain to you a tracker that's going to allow you to see how much you're earning per lead, what your cost per lead is, if you are building this kind of a business for yourself. It could be a CPA business, or you're just collecting leads and then selling CPA products on the back end. And also, for some businesses as well, you can track your cost per acquisition. Okay, so how much it costs you to acquire a customer versus the lifetime value, which is how much that customer spends with you in your business. Now, this is a bit more of an advanced metric. Okay, it's still very, very simple. It's the total amount that you spend divided by the total number of customers that you have. And customer lifetime value, I mean, there's loads of calculations out there, but the simplest way to be able to calculate it is how much revenue do you make in total from your customers, okay, divided by the number of customers that you have. And if you can figure out this metric and you're figuring out that you're earning way more per customer that comes into your business than what you're paying to acquire that customer, your business makes money. It's just that simple. So just keep that into your mind. But the only thing is, you have to just keep in mind that obviously if you are not building a business that is based on sales, if you're building a business that's based on downloads, okay, so if you're running CPA offers that are just based on downloads, then you just want to look at your cost per click versus your earnings per click, okay, because you're not going to have any sales they're going to be able to look at, you're not going to have any leads they're going to be able to work out your earnings per lead or cost per lead, okay. If you're building a business where you're collecting leads, that's when you can look at your cost per lead versus your earnings per lead. And if you're building a business that's based on sales, that's where you can look at your cost per acquisition versus your customer lifetime value. And remember that even if on the front end, okay, even if immediately, you have to look at your marketing campaigns like a long-term thing. You don't want to look at your marketing campaigns as you have to get profitable on day one, okay? Some businesses out there, they're billion-dollar businesses because they know that they can break even by month 3, and then by month 6, they're going to be able to make money, okay? And a lot of investors, they see it like that. That if they put their money into a business, they know they're not going to make their return on day one. Okay, you have to just think like an investor when it comes to CPA. Don't just think like a gambler. And that's where the mentality differs from the successful people versus the average people when it comes to affiliate marketing or building a business. This is how all businesses make money, by the way. This is not just how CPA guys make money. But if you think like an investor, you know you put your money into a business, and over time that money is going to increase if it's going to be a good investment. Okay. With all type of investments. I mean, sometimes you can get good lucky runs where you're going to be able to make your money back on day one, okay? But I mean, you don't want to rely on that because usually they're high risk. But with any kind of like long-term investment, you want to really look at it from a point where, okay, if I spend money on traffic, I know I might not make money. I know I might not even break even on day one, okay? But if you can track your earnings per click or your earnings per lead or your customer lifetime value over a month, over 2 months, over 3 months, okay? And if you can track that data, then you might find out that month 1, you might lose money, okay? Month 2, you might be able to break even on your ad spend. But by month 3, that's when you actually start making money, because sometimes people have to take some time to be able to build trust and loyalty with your brand, and they sometimes take time to be able to remove their skepticism or to be able to be a perfect customer for your business. I've had customers right now that month 1 is when they knew about me, but month 6 is when they actually spent $3,000, $5,000 with me, okay? And because of that, if I was to just focus on my month 1 numbers, I mean, I would probably pause a lot of my ad campaigns that are making me money, but it's just long-term money, okay? And I look at it like an investment, that this business, I'm not looking at it from like a hit-and-run perspective, okay? I look at it from a perspective of, okay, can I try and make my money back by month 3? And that's more realistic. That's when you're going to be able to really be able to have profitable ad campaigns where you don't really have to worry about the cost too much, because you know your earnings per lead or your customer lifetime value or your EPC over time, over 3 months, over 4 months, over 5 months, is going to be more than the amount they're going to be paying in month 1, okay? And if you can do that, you're going to be able to build a sustainable business. And this is very, very big as well in the software space. Software people, they often give a free trial for 30 days. They know they're not going to make any money over 30 days, but because people pay a recurring subscription, right, for like $97 a month, $197 a month, to whatever the price is, they know they're going to make their money back in month 2, month 3, month 4. And that's why a lot of software businesses, they have valuations of like $10 million, $100 million, because they have recurring revenue that they know they're going to be able to make money back in month 3, by month 4. And that looks very, very appealing, right, to investors, okay? And a lot of investors will put money into them because investors know they're going to be able to make their money back by month 4, by month 5, by month 6, okay? So if you guys come with that mentality as well, you're going to be able to build a sustainable business and a scalable business for yourself as well. So remember that your real money metrics that you want to look at, that is going to be in your control, they're going to be able to really amplify and grow bigger, is your earnings per click, your earnings per lead, your customer lifetime value, Just eradicate everything else that anybody has ever told you, okay? Because logically, if somebody's told you need to focus on your click-through rate, and that's the number one metric, you know they're lying to you. You know they don't know what they're talking about, okay? I've proven this to the tune of over 7 figures, okay? And I look at all my businesses like this. So if you're wondering what Mr. Opulent does, I'm letting you know I just focus on my earnings per click, my earnings per lead, my customer lifetime value. And once I have this metric, once I have this information, once I have this data, I then focus on maximizing my earnings per click, my earnings per lead, my customer lifetime value, and I just compare it to my cost per click, my cost per lead, my cost per acquisition to acquire a customer. And if I can see that my earnings is higher than my cost, that's how I make money. And I look at it from a very a granular basis. I might look at a specific operating system, so iPhone or Android, that has a higher earnings per click than the cost, okay? And I just try and maximize that. I might be able to look at a specific device. I might be able to see that phones have a higher earnings per click than the cost, okay? Or maybe tablets have a higher earnings per click than the cost, right? Or higher earnings per lead than the cost. And I just evaluate things like that, and that's where I know what to pause, what to start. But again, you want to make sure you have statistically significant data so you don't do this too prematurely. You want to let things run so you really know the average amount in your business, not just things that you get one conversion, you'd be like, okay, my earnings per click must be $40 because I got one click and I got one sell, $40. That doesn't really play out, okay? So let's just really look at it from a marketing perspective. If you're building like a list or you're selling products and whatnot, let's just not just look at it from a simplified perspective. Okay, so you guys really understand that if you can track this over time, you can build a scalable, sustainable business for yourself. Okay, so let's say for example, you have a marketing funnel where you are paying $3 per lead. I mean, you can do it on so many different traffic sources. I'm not saying this is the number. Don't get it twisted. This is just an example. An income disclaimer: I cannot guarantee any type of income for you. I'm going to show you mathematically what you could do and how I look at my business, okay? So let's say, for example, you have 1,000 leads at $3 per lead that you're paying, okay, on a traffic source like Facebook or somewhere like that. So you pretty much spend $3,000 to drive that traffic and to acquire those leads, and you send that through to a squeeze page, okay? So from that squeeze page, so right now you're down $3,000. Now from that squeeze page, people then see maybe a video sales letter. You might have a little offer that you might be able to sell people. So out of those 1,000 leads that came to your squeeze page and now see a sales page, let's say 1% of them actually buy a product from you for $100. Okay, so this is immediately. This is your immediate money. So this is where a lot of people kind of drop the ball, because they think that, okay, I've spent $3,000 on Facebook and I have just made $1,000. I'm not profitable. I should stop the campaign. Okay, but that's where you come from, a gambling mentality. I mean, some campaigns, yes, you can make money on day one. They're great campaigns. I can't lie to you. They're great campaigns, and it does happen often in the online world. They can be able to create those kind of campaigns. Okay, but again, that is rare. If you want to really build a sustainable business where you don't have to focus on being the best copywriter or being the best person when it comes to targeting or all that kind of good stuff, and you just want to be able to build a business where you can put $1 in and make $2 back, then I kind of focus it from a longer perspective, okay? And I look at it more from a long-term perspective. So just because you spent $3,000 and you made $1,000 in sales, it does not mean that you've lost everything and you're gonna die, okay? I mean, it just means that you're down immediately, okay? But look at it from a perspective of long-term. So right now you're down $2,000. Now let's say, for example, you have like a 90-day follow-up process. So we're now going to be selling different products to these leads. And these might just be through email marketing, through retargeting, through loads of different things they could be doing, through webinars they might do on a weekly basis or bi-weekly basis, or different sales messages they put out through different blog content, or whatever it is that you do for your marketing, okay? But delivering value to your list, delivering massive amounts of information to your list that helps your customers get what they want, and they start to buy some products they might refer to them. So this might be affiliate products, okay? So let's say, for example, out of those 1,000 people, you convert 0.5% of them to buy a $50 product. So this can be very simply maybe a tracking platform that you refer to them, or if you can refer to them a specific product that's an affiliate product, okay? So it could be just a low dollar value product or a specific tool they might give to people. So now you're down $1,750 from your initial ad spend of $3,000, okay? Because you just made $250 in revenue. Now we have, let's say you do a webinar, and out of those 1,000 leads, okay, you can get 2 people to buy maybe a high-priced coaching program or a high-priced, I don't know, this isn't even high price, but let's say you just have quite a high price offering, for $2,000. You can get 2 people. So this is 0.2% of your list that you've built up on Facebook over maybe 60 days of you delivering them value, where you can actually sell them. I don't know, it doesn't have to be 60 days, but I'm just using this as an example. Two $2,000 products. Okay, so you now are up because you made $4,000 in sales. You are now up from the total revenue throughout your whole funnel. You're up $2,250. So now you're making money. Now you're in the green. Okay, and let's say, for example, I don't know, on the 70th day or the 80th day, you now have another product offering that you might sell $100 products for. It might be another webinar, but you might sell maybe a low tier product to your list. And this is again just 1% of your list that is now buying. Let's say, for example, you can get 10 people to buy something for $100. You're now making $3,250, okay, from your initial $3,000. So in revenue, total revenue from this whole process over 90 days, you're going to be able to make $6,250 in total revenue. The number of leads that you've been able to acquire from Facebook for $3,000 is 1,000 leads. Okay, so 1,000 leads have made you $6,250. So your earnings per lead is going to be $6.25. Okay, and it's simply calculated as your total revenue divided by the total number of leads that you've had to be able to create that revenue. And you're going to be able to figure out your earnings per lead. And remember, you're paying $3 per lead on Facebook. So over 90 days, your profit per lead is going to be $3.25. Now, let me ask you this. Would you honestly be willing to invest $3,000 to be able to make $6,250 over 90 days? If the answer is yes, you can build a sustainable business relatively quickly and grow a sustainable business where you're not gambling. And if the answer is no, then unfortunately it's going to be very, very hard for you to become successful with affiliate marketing and internet marketing, because most people, they take some time to be able to know your brand, to be able to like you, to be able to trust you. And the fact of the matter is, I mean, not everybody buys on day one. Okay, if you want to be able to buy, if you go into a lot of these stores, sometimes you don't buy something on the first appearance, okay? Or sometimes you see an advert, you don't just buy something the first time you see an advert. You sometimes have to see an advert over and over again, be exposed to the person over and over again, and then you might decide to buy afterwards, okay? So if you can adopt this mind frame of building a long-term business, okay, rather than a short-term business, and think, how can I make more money in 90 days than what I pay on the first day? Then you can really build a scalable, sustainable business where you don't have to really worry about the price of traffic too much, because essentially you can get a lead for up to $6.25 and you'll still make money, okay? So if you get a lead for $6.25, obviously you're gonna break even, but if you can get a lead for less than that, then you're going to be able to make money, and that's what you really care about, okay? So you're going to be able to know that by month 1, I'm going to make this amount, by month 2, I'm going to make this amount, by month 3, I'm going to make this amount, and that's how you can really build a bit of business that investors are going to look to invest in you. And I mean, even if you show me this kind of a business, and you show me your 90-day lifetime value, and you show me how much it's costing you to acquire a lead, you're telling me something like, oh, I don't have enough money to be able to sustain this, okay? I'll be the type of person that I would invest in that, okay? Because I know that by 90 days, I'm gonna get my money back and maybe double or triple my money, okay? And I would definitely love to do that, okay? So this is how you wanna look at things. And I mean, like, to know these metrics, you need to be able to track everything. You must be able to track your lifetime value for 30 days, for 60 days, for 90 days. You need to be able to track this kind of stuff. You need to be able to track your earnings per click over 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, the average revenue that you make per person, all that kind of stuff like that, okay? Because if you don't, then you're not going to know, and this is what a lot of marketers, they fall in the trap of, is that they don't know, so they can't make smart decisions. They make guesswork decisions, okay? And I mean, this is just an example. This is from my Test Easily account, where I'm actually tracking this kind of stuff, and I'm tracking the type of people that actually hit, just from a campaign. I think this was running for a little bit of time, but this is a specific campaign that I just took a screenshot of, that you can actually see that Test Easily, it shows you where your lifetime value is the highest per geographical location, per device. It shows you where the highest lifetime value is for a split test variation. So you might have a higher lifetime value for just making one split test of your homepage and then another split test of your homepage. It shows you the lifetime value that has the highest lifetime value for a specific like segment of your audience, like operating system, okay, it's for geographical location. It shows you all this kind of stuff. It shows you the conversion rates throughout your funnel over 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, your average revenue per person, lifetime value, all that kind of good stuff, okay? So all the statistics that I need, this is why it's so important to track, because if I didn't track, I would not know. And I can really break things down. So if I have multiple products, I can see which one is converting the best, which one has the highest lifetime value, how much I'm making per person that actually lands on the product page. So it allows me to be able to see things in a granular state by just showing me the information rather than how I used to do it, which is use like 10 different tracking platforms to be able to get this information. Okay. And again, this is why I say if you track, you know. And my goal is this. If I can see, let's say, for example, the bottom, that my lifetime value for a specific product is going to be $28 in the United Kingdom, but United States is $35, then my whole goal is to be able to acquire a customer for less than $28 or $35, okay? Very, very simply. Or if my average revenue per person is 21 cents in the United Kingdom versus 7 cents in the United States, my whole goal is to get clicks for less than 21 cents in the UK and less than 7 cents in the United States, and that's it. And if I can do that, I'll make money. Okay, so that's why you need to track everything, and that's why I love using Test Easily, because it allows me to track everything. Now, to grow your business at scale, you need to do three things. Number one, you need to know your money metric. You need to know your earnings per click. You need to know your earnings per lead. You need to know your lifetime value for a customer. And the only way you can know that is if you track that. Okay, send a tracking link through from a tracker that allows you to do that. I use Test Easily. I'm probably going to leave a link around it so you can get access to the beta version. Sometimes, probably in the future, when people see this video, it's going to be released to the public, so it won't even be in beta. So you need to know your money metric. Or there's other trackers as well that allow you to do this kind of stuff like that. But right now, I personally use Test Easily to be able to know my money metric. Second thing you want to do is you want to be able to generate traffic for less than your money metric. I mean, let's say, for example, your earning, right, per lead is $10 over 90 days. You want to then focus on generating traffic for less than $10 per lead, right? And if you can do that, you're going to make money over 90 days. Yes, you might not be able to make money on the very first day, but over 90 days, you're going to make money. And that's how you can build a long-term business, okay? But not gambling and knowing this metric. And it becomes very, very low risk for you if you know you're going to make your money back in 90 days. Then you basically want to do one last thing, which is run marketing experiments to improve your money metrics. So you want to be able to run marketing experiments to improve your earnings per click, your earnings per lead, your lifetime value. And the more you can increase it, the higher you're going to be able to spend on traffic. And that's why you want to be able to run tests like split tests, okay, to be able to test different headlines, to be able to test different products, to be able to test different price points, to be able to test different funnels, okay, to be able to test loads of different things, to be able to see if, okay, you just want to be like a mad scientist where you run different marketing experiments or split tests or multivariate tests to be able to see if one thing makes you more money than another thing. And if it does, if you can see that your earnings per click increases or your earnings per lead increases or your lifetime value increases in relation to your cost per click, you're going to be able to make even more money. So that's why you want to run multiple marketing experiments to be able to find this out. And if you can do this and repeat, your whole goal is to be able to acquire leads, acquire clicks, acquire customers for less than you earn from those clicks, from those customers, or from those leads. And if you can do that, you're going to be able to grow a business at scale. You're going to be able to push a button and literally it's going to print out money. Okay, obviously income disclaimer, I can't guarantee it, but I mean, logically, if you think about it, if you're earning more than you're paying, you're going to make money. Okay, so it's as simple as that. So it's your boy, Mr. Opulent. Hopefully you got value from this. Make sure you track everything. Make sure you do this and kind of think of your business from a long-term perspective, and you become a mad scientist running loads of marketing experiments to focus on your money metrics. Like, remove everything else that anybody else has told you about other metrics you want to look out for, like click-through rate, all that kind of stuff. I mean, yes, it's nice, yes, it's cute, but does it really make you money? No. I'd rather look at a business that tells me I'm paying this amount, I'm earning this amount. If the earnings are higher than what they're paying, I would invest, okay? If your earnings are less than what you're paying, right, over a long-term period, I mean, I might not want to invest, okay? So you want to be able to focus on this and focus on increasing how much you earn per click, per lead, or per customer versus how much it costs you to acquire a click, to acquire a customer, to acquire a lead. And if you can do that, you can be able to build a long-term scalable business at will, and literally becomes like printing money by pushing a button. Okay, so it's your boy, Mr. Opulent. I'm gonna see you guys on top.